So we're live, but we're going to wait a minute or two until people catch up. There it is. Since we're waiting for people to catch up, we're going to do something that's going to surprise you, and you're going to go, "Oh, dude, you are gay. Just stop right now." I know. I can hear.
I need your man. I need your little meme you got for the taking away your man card thing.
In honor of last Christmas.
Just when you thought 2016 was over, wham!
Last Christmas.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Poor George. Poor George.
He wasn't that old either. I mean, he was only like 53.
53.
Right?
Yeah. All right, show started.
Ask my wife if he was sick or something. I mean, did he have AIDS or something? Or man, I took an earful from my oldest daughter for saying that. She's like, "Dad, you can't say that." I'm like, "Why?"
Queer as a bill, and he was.
Yeah, I thought so. And he was like queer back in the 80s when.
Well, are you calling gays weird?
I'm calling them different and more susceptible to
clarifying.
Yeah, to sexually born diseases, I guess. I don't know.
Man. Oh, man. You're
probably. Yeah. Make sure you mail the hate mail to Jim at Dawg2Dawg.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh
no, I was just wondering that. I mean, because you think about back in the 80s, you know, a lot of them that were flaming the way he was, you know, caught AIDS and ended up getting sick and dying, and I didn't know about him.
He even got arrested. This is a true story. He even got arrested jerking off at a rest stop. Yeah.
Was it a rest stop or a porn shop?
No,
I know Pee Wee Herman did the same thing.
Pee Wee Herman did it in a movie theater, though.
Okay. Similar
to that football. What was it? What was the guy? Football security kid.
Wasn't he a San Fran fan?
Probably. He was doing it on the field. Had his hand down his pants on the field in front of
thousands,
everyone,
and millions online and tuned in.
Yeah, and our tens and tens of fans. Did we play the video for him? I don't know if we played it for him or not.
I don't think we did.
You know,
I don't think anybody really wants to see anything like that sad little lonely guy.
They say that George Michael's heart stopped or whatever. I don't know. Heart attack. They're not really saying, but what's weird is that they said he died peacefully at home. Okay. Well, then one report said that he died of heart failure or something. So I don't know. Who knows? It's a shame. All these guys. I mean, so much talent, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of crazy. I was never really a big fan or anything, but
you didn't like.
Yeah,
you weren't a fan of Wham?
In the 80s, man, I was more. Let's see. I guess I was more into the metal and the glam rock, the hair metal and all that jazz.
There was what was the band? I want to call HBO. Bachman Turner Overdrive. Bachman.
Yeah.
Turner T Overdrive. PTO.
Yeah.
Never forget, man. I had to have that album for Christmas, and one year I got it. So speaking of San Francisco, I'm just gonna pull this up real quick. We're doing completely random stuff. Yeah. Say the word. So let me find it over here. There was a story. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The guy, the married guy, the two guys, and they chased down Ivanka Trump. Right.
Yeah.
Plane.
Yeah.
And then they took him off the plane. Did you see the video of them when they landed?
Mm-mm.
TMZ chases him down. Some guy from TMZ is down there trying to interview him and talk to him when they get off the plane. Guess where they were headed? It's going to be a shock. I mean, it's going to be a shock. Any guess?
One of two places: either to find somebody else to harass, or the gay bar. That's the best I got.
Where were they headed on the plane? They were going visiting people. San Francisco. Thank you very much.
Okay.
They were going to San Francisco. Can you imagine that? And then when they get off the plane and they're getting their luggage and moving down the way, the airport actually gave them a security guard to walk with them and some liaison person. I'm like, seriously? And the TMZ guys trying to interview him. Of course, they didn't want to talk, and there's nobody around them. So nobody gives two shits. Nobody cared.
Well, they wanted their 15 minutes of fame.
They gave him an escort. Whatever. All right, so let's explain this. You are a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Woo!
What in God's name? I have video, but when I first saw it, what in God's name
that is
all about?
That is a 400-pound quarterback.
Was that not freaking awesome?
that was. I mean, you expected him to like refrigerator Perry through the line, you know, the same plays, you know, that the fridge made famous, you know, where there's a 400-pound dude. Good luck taking him down. He could have 6 guys on him.
They were freaking ahead, like what, 20? They were ahead 2 or 3 scores, right?
They're just having fun. And here's the deal, though. The reason why I think it was a little bit more of a rubbing is, you know, Denver's one of our big rivals.
Yeah.
You know, big rivals. And you know what? This is the second time the same year we've beat them, and I can't remember in the you know, distant past that we've been able to do that. Maybe once a year. Dude, but we beat them twice in the same year.
I'm gonna show the video in a minute. But what they did here was with like a freaking minute to go, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was towards the end. Yeah, I think they were just having fun then.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna spit out my.
Their version of the fridge. Here comes Don Terry Poe in.
Well, he's no stranger to the end zone.
People haven't seen this a minute. A minute, amazing. A minute 55 left.
Touchdown in a long time, and
right.
He's in shotgun. It's a quarterback. He's gonna run.
Look at this. He's gonna throw.
Tebow.
Boom.
look at the players.
They say he's the first defensive player ever to have a sack and a passing a touchdown in the same game.
Yeah. That was freaking amazing. So like
that was good stuff.
Yeah, well, I was gonna I didn't watch the game. I haven't watched hardly any NFL this year because of Kaepernick and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't. And so I figured, well, we're gonna be on tonight. And your Chiefs, I gotta find out if your team won. So if they didn't, I can give you a hard time. And if they did, whatever, at least I'll know. Sorry, I got red vines last night or for Christmas, and I can't stop. So I'm not gonna.
I am not a big licorice fan, brother. You're good.
Oh, dude.
About as close as I got to licorice was back in my drinking days with Jägermeister.
So going back here to Kansas City, what the hell is up with you guys? Look at this. Did you see that?
They didn't have that on camera.
Yeah, the fan. That's a fan in the blue with his hand up, and there's a security guard. And the second, he's chasing him. Second one,
that's a Broncos fan. Go figure.
Is it a Broncos fan?
Yeah, look at his little scarf. Plus, he's got the donkey on his hat too.
Ah, he does, doesn't he?
Yep.
Okay. I thought that was one of your boys. All right.
No, that's all him.
We'll take that off. All right.
Now, did you see when we played the Raiders, the big brawl that was in the stands? Did you get a chance to see any of that?
Well, I caught like snippets of it. You know the worst fans in the world? Most dick-like fans in the world, the Seattle Seahawks. And they're supposed to be like my team from, you know, just behind me is where my whole family lives, where I was born. So I'm down in LA a few years ago, back when the Raiders were in LA before they moved back to the Coliseum. Took the kids to a game. We were down about 4 or 5 rows back near the end zone. These Seattle Seahawks fans, freaking stupid asses. You're down there in Raider land, and you're making all kinds of stupid noise and yelling about stuff. And I'm like, of course there was a fight. And the Raider people are like, and we're like, hey, yeah, we're from that area, but trust me, we're here to see the Raiders. And they're all like, oh, you're cool, dude. You're cool. Everything's cool, And they were all good. Raider fans were good to us, but man, the Seahawks fans were just being dick-like, asking for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So, hey, let's stick with football for 2 seconds, and then we're going to get off this just because I wanted to. Let me pull this up.
It has Kaepernick working out for him now.
I'm going to sneeze. Okay, now I'm not. Oh, crap. God bless you. God bless you. There I go. All right, so Alex Smith versus Colin Kaepernick. I just pulled this up. Since the trade, all right? Since the trade, I'm going to pull up the story here on my own. In 2015, Kaepernick's record was 2-6. Smith's record was 12-6. This year, Kaepernick is 0-7. Smith is 8-3.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that work out for him?
Right.
Playoffs.
I'll be honest. I was a little wary about grabbing another San Francisco quarterback because the Chiefs have done that for so long. We had Gerbaugh, we had Montana, we had Bono, we had, and the list goes on and on and on, and none of them really.
Who'd you guys Rich Gannon from?
I don't remember, man, but it was a big controversy, and we kept Gerbach over
Gannon.
Gannon, yeah, and I know a lot of KC fans were pretty heated about that because we all liked Gannon.
Yeah,
and then that next year he goes to the Raiders and ends up going to Super Bowl, if I remember right, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually asked him about that when I went to a Packers game. I went this year, and then I went 3 years ago, and we were in the suite right next to the NFL.com suite or the ESPN suite. It was one of those at the 50-yard line up there. They got it. So after the game, they came out, and we sat there and talked to him for a little bit. And I asked him about that, and he was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, we really enjoyed Kansas City, but he goes, worked out pretty good."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was happy for him. I wasn't happy that the Raiders won, but I was happy for Gannon. I don't think you can find a person in KC that'll badmouth Gannon.
No.
Now, when you mention Gerbach, that's a different story.
Yeah. Hey, so we're leaving sports, but before we leave sports, I'm gonna pull this douchebag up real quick. NBA coach to black players. Strike until racist Trump is kicked out of Obama's house. That's Stan Van Gundy. Well, Stan Van Gundy knows more about blacks than Jim Brown. Excuse me? Ray, I posted on my page a little bit ago tonight, Ray Lewis doing an interview with Colin Cowherd after talking about their trip to go visit Trump and with him and Jim Brown. I'm like, what a douchebag. I don't know. I just had to throw him up. You got anything about that before I take it off?
No, it's same old, same old. Let them boycott and whatnot, but I guarantee they're still going to be the first in line showing American pride when we make it great again.
Douchies. All right.
Yes,
so I'm going to play 2 different videos. One of them is Tommy Lauren. The other is Steven Crowder when he was let's do that one first, just for a minute. He went freaking off. Okay. They were doing this at some university, University of Massachusetts or something like that. The Republican group asked Milo Yorkovich or whatever it is, that gay Republican, and some chick and Steven Crowder to all come and talk. And they wanted to talk, and then they were going to open it up. But finally, a couple of the libs were out there, and they were causing, flipping them off and causing so much crap that finally Steven Crowder just let him have it, and it was pretty good. So I'm going to play that. The triggering. Oh, let me pull that up so you don't have to see me. So Crowder was called upon for some
Please,
remarks.
Mr. Crowder, if you'd like to make your opening remarks.
Hey!
He was pissed.
Thank you. Let's hear it for UMass Republicans putting this on. Come on, let them know you love him. Let's hear it for Milo. Let him know you love him. Let's hear it for Miss Summers. Let her know you love her. Time to listen up, you silly liberal fruitcakes. I came out here, wanted to tell some jokes. Let's do some reality checks here. You have any idea, sir, how pathetic it must be to be you? These people wanted to come out and have a good time, hear a few jokes, some thoughtful discussion, but your head pops off the pillow in the morning with, oh, how can I be a professional victim today? Let me go in and screw with their act just because, oh my God, your parents didn't tell you that your opinion wasn't worth that much. Look, they're confused. They're confused. You know why? Because I'm not your gender studies professor who has to cater to your trigger warning, microaggression, safe space bullshit. I didn't want to do this. I wanted to come out and tell a few jokes. You created this monster. We have to go. 10 more minutes of this. Let this reverberate. Let it be a life lesson. This monster right here that you're so afraid of, the face you see in your nightmares, was created by social justice warrior assholes like you. And now you have this wonderful faggot. That's what happens. We okay? We good? Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Darling, you can call me what you like.
Oh, okay, there we go.
You've heard him, right? He's gay.
Crying out
in real
loud.
life.
Nobody here wants to hear your opinion that much. And here's what's so crazy. You couldn't wait 5 minutes. Unlike leftists, we have an open panel and a Q&A session because we want an open idea. Oh, I'm a racist. There you go. That's a new one. Where'd you learn that one in Social Human Studies 101? Right next to the giant, I don't know, wild boar I couldn't see who said there's no such thing as fat chicks. Guess what? If you think there aren't, you are one, okay? Did he just make a fat joke? Yeah, I did. And no, it's okay, because I got some here, so screw you. I have a faggot pass and a fat pass today. We wanted to come out here and tell a few jokes. We wanted to have a thoughtful discussion. We want an open conversation of ideas. You guys can't be grown adults enough to literally wait 10 minutes to the point where we open the floor. And unlike leftists, guess what? We don't try and ban you when your speakers come to school. We don't show up and protest and call them, oh, shut up, you just got owned and now you're trying to come back 5 minutes later. It's like George... The jerk store, Carl, they're running out of you, George Costanza, you androgynous little amoeba. And by the way, these opinions you're yelling out, they're not even your opinions. They're your opinions from your gender studies professor, and the really reason you picked it was because you thought it was your best chance at getting laid. You just decided to walk on in to try and pick up chicks at the San Francisco retread pot-smoking drum circle, only to realize that your very glance in the direction of a woman causes a barren womb.
He was pissed.
Oh, you think this is going to get better? No. Is he going to check his privilege? That's not going to happen. I don't want to come out here and give someone the finger, but it's because they walk out and this chick is a... Start a show like that. This is absurd. At least when you go back to like Christina Hoff Summers' days, self-professed Democrats, hippies, the retreads that you guys want to be, at least they thought they were fighting the system. They thought they were trying to create transparency. They really thought they were for free speech. You people are openly and completely against it. You're not fighting for free speech. You're not fighting for rights. You're fighting for the right to be a pussy and not hear opinions that you don't like. I'm done. Oh. If you only take one piece of advice from this, okay? Please, sincerely, don't be an asshole your whole life.
All right.
Isn't that classic?
There's nothing but truth being spewed right there. That was good stuff.
Dude, I came across that today, just random. I don't know, maybe not random. Maybe it came across his page or something, but that was so straight on. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to have our a segment, which we didn't do today, about retiring PC words and or just taking back our language. Start to say words that we used to be able to say. Like Lil Sambo. Remember that restaurant? Lil Sambo's?
Nope, we didn't have it here. You did, brother.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, dude, you got to look at. You got the internet on?
Yep.
Open a separate page, and go. Let's see if I can find it. Lil Lil Sambo, right there.
Breakfast and lunch in Santa Barbara.
Sure.
The story of Little Black Sambo. Little Black Sambo's family restaurant, Lincoln City, Oregon.
Yeah. Well, I think they shut them all down now. But the story of Little Black Sambo, it was a real story, and they made restaurant out of it and all that stuff. But anyways, couldn't have it anymore. It's like, really? Freaking like they take out Tom Sawyer, books like that. Unbelievable. All right.
Yeah, I think Tom Sawyer's stupid. I mean, they should leave it alone. I mean, that's part of history.
Show you something that right after Steven Crowder's little thing there.
Little rant.
There's the guy. It's like
Little mic drop.
Mic drop. Thank you very much. So we're gonna hit Tommy Lauren. I'm gonna talk about a couple of pet peeve that I have. Freaking clickbait. I'm gonna bring up just a couple of clickbait headlines just because they pissed me off. Do you know who Nicole Scherzinger is?
It's ringing a bell. I can't picture.
All right, so she's with the Pussycat Dolls, and
okay,
and she was on the X Factor as a judge and all that. So she got a part in Dirty Dancing, the remake of it. She almost turned down the role. Oh, well, I'm going to play this for you. It's a British interview type thing. But I'm going to play this for you. This will surprise you a little bit. But she ended up taking the role and explained why in another interview.
Nicole Scherzinger is promoting a social cause not for a campaign but for her own self. Recently, she turned down a role in Dirty Dancing remake because of abortion storyline. She's a strong anti-abortion believer, and the 38-year-old had to play a part by Cynthia Rhodes in the classic 1987 film where she gets pregnant and opts for an abortion. Nicole's family is strictly against termination, and her mother was pregnant with her at 17, but she kept her. The X Factor judge says that she would have never come out if her mom had an abortion, so she wants to encourage everybody to keep their babies. For more news on Hollywood, subscribe to Kick-Ass Videos.
You don't hear that very often anymore, huh?
No, and I'm surprised they didn't try to put her to some scandal or something because she came out and said that.
Nah, she's beyond scandal. Nicole Scherzinger is.
I would love to think so, man. It's just, but it seems like every time somebody in Hollywood comes out and says what, the rest of us are thinking, something ends up happening. And
so she decided to take the role, and she says, I hope that people can learn by what happens in the film that having an abortion is not the way to go, and blah, blah, blah. And she's talking about it. So, yeah. All right. So there's a thing going on out there called ASMR. Have you heard of it? Do you know what it is?
No, sir. Please enlighten us.
It's a good thing you don't know what that is. A whisper, then tingles, Then 87 million YouTube views. Meet the star of ASMR. I'm going to play you the video in a second. A pretty blonde woman is plucking at the bristles of a hairbrush with golden manicured fingertips, tapping her nails softly against the wooden handle as she holds it close to the microphone. Bathed in soft lighting, she smiles knowingly into the video camera as if sharing a secret. The tapping sounds remind me of the sound of rain. She breathes. 28-year-old Russian expatriate. She's now in suburban Maryland, starring in the YouTube video that has more than 7 million views. There's a lot of wankers going on. Let me show you. Watch. I'm not going to play the whole thing.
Hello, my name is Maria, and I'm here to tell you about ASMR. Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's a pleasant, tingling feeling that you experience when you hear unique, soft voices or hear certain soothing sounds.
So she's got all these dudes out there watching her jacking off to this.
Or both. Like sounds of me whispering and brushing your hair.
87 million.
I'll be honest, I'm having problems hearing her. I mean, she's all whispering. Maybe I'm getting old because I'm like, what? Huh?
So she gets YouTube hits. She makes money
Use this brush.
off these hits. 87
Trace along your
million.
face.
Look at that.
One cheek. And the ear.
I don't know if she's getting that many hits from what she thinks she's doing. I think it's more probably along the lines of it's kind of like a train wreck.
Well, no, I'm telling you, dude. So, all right,
Really?
this came across Facebook about there was like so many crap comes through Facebook. So you click on it and it said something, I forget what it was, blah, blah, blah. So I clicked on it. It was a Washington Post story. Let's see here. It was the Washington Post. And it says, is this whatever considered porn? And so, of course, I'm going to click on it. And so you get reading the story and you get looking at so she's got this whole channel. And now there's like a bunch of different gals out there that do this. And their whole thing is, it's like to whisper, get it right up into your ear and be soft. And I'm like, they're like, and all these, so it says all these dudes are like having fantasies and stuff, and they're busted into this. So, and then she gets the YouTube hits, and she's probably, I'll bet she's probably making $50,000 a month, maybe $100,000 a month, not taking off her clothes, not doing anything like that, except talking softly, pretending like she's one-on-one with you. And that, dude, there's a lot of hurting people out there. Can you believe the amount of people that are just checking into that?
Apparently so. I
Lock themselves into the room and put their headphones on and they just watch this. I mean, like, I guess it's somebody for everybody, but dude, that's a lot of really sad, empty, hurting people out there.
I guess whatever floats your boat, or whatever floats 87 million people's boat, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It had 87 million total hits, and that's like all of her videos. Some videos have 7 million, some have 4 million, some have 800,000. I'm like, I'm not going to lie, for show prep, I clicked on some of them and watched them, and all of them are like totally above board. They're nothing kinky, weird. She's just talking real softly. And one of them, she's talking about shampooing your hair, and another one, she's talking about this and that. And I'm like, God, there's a lot of there's a lot of weird shit out there. I'm sorry.
I guess so, man. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Yeah. Only on Dawg2Dawg will you see that kind of thing. One dude talking to another dude, just saying, hey,
did you see the video of the girl whispering how she washes your hair?
and then she describes one of them. She describes the brush. She's holding up the brush like this real close, and she says, and it's made out of wood, and it's got this. And I'm like, shit. I'm almost getting excited. I got to turn this.
Oh my!
I'm teasing, but yeah, unbelievable. All right, so let's go from her to somebody who's not soft and whispering in your ear, a female Barry White. We're gonna go to Tommy Lauren, and this is a short video. They said totally random night, totally random stuff.
It's
from a week ago.
Final thoughts. Pop culture is so riddled with double standards from the intolerant, unloving left. Forget white privilege. To be truly advantaged and free to speak and express in this country, you don't have to be a certain color, but apparently you must be a liberal snowflake. Case in point, MTV released a series of New Year's resolutions specifically targeting white males. Merry Christmas.
Hey, fellow white guys. It's about to be a new year. And there's a few things we think you could do a little bit better in 2017.
What's that? Tell me.
First off, try to recognize that America was never great for anyone who wasn't a white guy.
Can we all just agree that Black Lives Matter isn't the opposite of All Lives Matter? Black lives just matter. There's no need to overcomplicate it.
Also, Blue Lives Matter isn't a thing. Cops weren't born with blue skin, right? I mean, yeah, they weren't born blue. Stop bragging about being woke. Stop saying woke.
Learn what mansplaining is, and then stop doing it.
Oh, and if you're a judge, don't prioritize the well-being of an Ivy League athlete over the woman he assaulted.
We all love Beyonce. And yeah, she's black, so of course she cares about black issues. I'm talking to you, Fox News.
And I'm talking to you, random dude on MTV. What is this garbage? Apparently, white males are no longer allowed to say all lives matter or blue lives matter or woke because a group of snowflakes on MTV say so. Nah, I don't think so. Let me help y'all out because you clearly don't get it. And since I'm a white female, I guess your crap doesn't fully apply to me anyway, right? Here we go. When we say all lives matter, we include black lives in that category. And though not as well funded by folks like George Soros, the All Lives Matter movement has yet to burn down a CVS or block an interstate. Furthermore, if I or any white male want to say woke, you better believe we will freaking say woke. But speaking of woke, your Obama phones are about to become alarm clocks under President Trump. So get woke and get a job. But back to your idol, Beyonce. Wouldn't it be nice if she cared as much about violence in black communities as she does shaking her butt at the Super Bowl? That'll be the day. And just in case these dimwits paraded by MTV aren't aware, Donald Trump will be our 45th president. Your whiny tantrums, recounts, protests, and hashtags won't change that. He's a white male. Get over it.
Pins.
And if you want to preach about diversity and tolerance, perhaps next time include a white, male, straight, God-fearing conservative in your little video message. Perhaps a good MTV New Year's resolution would be to recognize a young conservative audience might be a group you don't want to completely and totally alienate. I don't think many Americans will be taking New Year's resolutions from the network that also gives us Teen Mom. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Those are my final thoughts. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tommy Laren from Dallas. God bless and take care.
Well, now
she is so awesome, dude.
Well,
Just,
now to be fair, they did give us Farrah Abraham. So I just to be fair. Never mind. Oh, dude, I'm so far out in left field.
MTV. I mean, wasn't that supposed to be back in the day? All they did was play videos. They didn't get involved in all the bull crap. And when there was a world problem, they helped come out with, what is that? We Are the World.
We Are the World. Feed the World.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what they should have stuck with. Now you can't find a music video on there unless an artist does it to provoke bull crap that
music videos you got to watch on YouTube and all that.
I guess so.
Yeah. You don't know who Farrah Abraham is? Well, good.
No, sir. I'm sorry. I'm just a little redneck carpenter that lives in Kansas City and loves my Chiefs.
Oh no, you're looking her up right now, aren't you? I can tell.
No.
don't
Oh, that's a girl. I thought that was a guy. I'm sorry.
do that.
I wouldn't even begin to know how to spell the name.
F-A. No, I don't know either.
Don't know. Spell it to me, man. I got enough issues in my life without dealing with that one.
All right. Clickbait. We're going to talk about clickbait because clickbait just pisses me off. I don't know why. I'm just sick of it. I'm just freaking sick of it. All right. And all these sites. So, Yes, I'm Right is pulled this off Facebook. While Americans, so this is 18 hours ago, whatever. While Americans were Christmas shopping, Obama just stripped millions of Americans of their gun rights. He just signed away gun rights.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom Daily was that by Amber. Listen, bitch, that happened last year. That was last October, and it had to do with senior citizens, anybody on Social Security who had to get a third party to sign for them and blah, blah, blah. They were deemed to feel like, maybe they weren't mentally capable since they had to have a third party sign for them. So it was legislature. They were proposing to see about not allowing them to have guns. Anyways, the headline makes it look like he just did this when you were out Christmas shopping. This story was from October of 15. I'm like, so what happens is you click on that to read the story and they get a hit, and therefore their advertisers feel like they're going to pay them money because you're going to their site and you might look at advertising. Dude, the show totally wrong. We're trying to be honest. That pisses me off. All right, here's another one. Clickbait number 2. In the Fed. I'm getting sick and tired of this one. In the Fed is another conservative one that's on. Democrats do this too, but nobody does it as well as I don't know, these guys. In the Fed, after 8 long years, he's never been so embarrassed. Boom. Obama humiliated again. Huge score for Trump. And you click on it, and I totally forget what the I'll tell you, it was. I even took it off already. And it was like totally bogus. It was like something that happened like 6 or 8 months ago. And I'm like, there's no huge score. It's like, whatever. Just freaking clickbait. These things piss me off. We got to ask our friend Heather Briggs, which my buddy Joe, when he was watching the show, he says, yeah. He tells me all about the show. And he goes, yeah, it was like watching Max Headroom. I'm like, because it was all, I couldn't see it very clear. It was pretty funny. We got to get her back on again. Anyways, get that camera fixed and get her on. And I'd like to ask her about clickbait and if they make them do that at her site, the Fury News.
Not as much. There are a few little pop-ups, but no, they like to, kind of pride themselves on breaking stuff, and a lot of it too. Like I'll see something and I'll message Heather or Prissy or Liberty Bell and be like, hey, have you seen this? And they'll message me back pretty quick and be like, no, I'm on it. They want to hit the breaking news and whatnot.
Right.
So I think it's not just that, and I like going to them because I know their stores aren't full of crap. Right. I have yet to hear them have to retract something and be like, oh, we were totally wrong.
No. Okay, so no, I'm not saying that these stories are wrong.
Well, no, yeah, I know what you're saying too. I mean, like I say, I think they got a lot of integrity.
Okay.
And they pride themselves on their integrity, not just clickbaiting you to go to their site.
Right. I need to start watching that stuff some more. Ivanka just got stunning boycott news from major U.S. store right before the holidays. WesternJournalism.com. That's another one. Alicia Powell. You know what her devastating news was? You click on the story and it talks about how Macy's canceled Donald Trump right away as soon as he did it, but they kept Ivanka. But now Macy's stocks are gone down in the last year, and Nordstrom has decided to flip the bird at everybody and say, hey, we're not getting into politics. We're carrying Ivanka's stuff. We carry everybody's stuff. That was the stunning boycott news. They wanted you to click on this story. Freaking idiots. Sorry, I get pissed. I'm going to
I don't know if it's just because they have to come up with so much of a quota on stories that they have to write that crap just to try to keep people coming and whatnot.
Yeah, maybe. Look at this one.
That would be a beautiful thing.
You're fired. Well, okay, first of all, let's go to this. Let's go to this one.
I would love to see that guy have to play in Canada.
He does play in cannabis.
No.
I know. So here was the headline. Again, ending the Fed. Colin Kaepernick, you blew it. I think you've seen the end of what could be a productive career. You hate what the country stands for, blah, blah, blah. You're fired. So quarterback Kaepernick says goodbye to 49ers because of protests. That just came out today on their site. Breaking news. So you click on the story, and then you start to read it, and it says, here's the actual story. It looks like Colin Kaepernick will play the next 11 games for the 49ers, and that will be it. It was from October. But they wanted you to click on the story that Kaepernick just got fired.
But I would say that kind of goes along with all the pop-ups and everything that come up on the site once you do it. I mean, you can't even read a story half the time because of all the pop-ups and advertisements that come up on it.
Dude, we suck or something. We need to come up with a whole bunch of BS to lies and stuff to make people watch, huh?
I like my integrity, brother.
Why don't we just tell people ahead of time we suck, so just watch.
If you ain't doing nothing else, I mean, really, like the power's out and you got a little bit of power left on your laptop.
And then we're gonna get a third person in here so that me and Bill aren't so freaking boring. Or we could just do this. Sorry.
I do have a couple things I do want to hit on real quick.
Let's do it.
That happened this week. The UN throwing Israel under the bus.
Huh.
Did you read about that?
Oh yeah.
And that's just, and I love Netanyahu, how he came out and gave a speech and said, you know what, the Western Wall is ours, and we're not leaving. That's the remains of the Second Temple. I mean, that's proven fact. How can the UN say, oh, well, you're invading on that? Dude, that's just a whole different. And come to find out, all these people who backstabbed him. I love what he's doing in New Zealand. And there's another little, starts with an S country or whatnot. He's pulling all their ambassadors out, cutting all trade with them, and saying, hey, screw you guys. We don't need you. You need us. We don't need you.
He called 20 ambassadors back to Israel to spank them. But do you know that it wasn't the UN who did that?
It was probably Obama.
Netanyahu said he has ironclad proof that Obama and Kerry were behind crafting the resolution. And then they went ahead and just abstained, which is the same thing as giving their hand up to a vote. It's a bitch slapped them 2 days before I don't know, Hanukkah or Hanchukkah, whatever their Israel holiday is.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, I love how I was reading one of his speeches too. Right afterwards, he said, "But we have just talked to the new administration, and trust me, my fellow, countrymen, we're going to be fine." Because Trump has done come out and said, "I don't like the UN. It's pretty pointless. We fund how much of the UN?" I've heard anywhere from 25% to 75%. So let's just go on the low end of that. It's going to hurt them. We pull out of the UN, and who do they have as their armed forces? Who do they have to fund them?
That's NATO.
But even then, I mean, I think we get rid of them too. Screw them. There's a lot more of our own problems we've got to worry about, than that. I can go on a big rant about the UN. It just irks me something fierce. Originally when it was created, it had a good purpose, but now it's just,
Well, Trump tweeted out today something to the effect of the UN used to have a purpose, could have a purpose, but right now it's just a bunch of people wanting to get together for lunch.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, that one had me going pretty good. And then the thing that we've kind of all known all along are our little Syrian-backed rebels that we were back in Syria.
Did you see the video I put out?
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of them, and I've had to fill in for that for a while. I mean, even when we started backing them, and they were like, and a lot of people were coming out, they're like, how do you know they're the right ones? You know, you don't live over there. You don't know anything about that over there. Come to find out, it wasn't the right ones. That was the ones that was causing the problems. You know, basically the ISIS fighters, and they're the ones we're arming. Yeah, and backing. And you know what? It just makes me sick.
John McCain was part of that too.
Oh yeah, he's been a rhino for a long time, and he's a shady individual. You know, he needs out of. I can't wait for congressional term limits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's.
I told.
Who are they that they can be in there that long? You know, and when we give the most powerful man in the world, which used to be the president of the United States, you know, I kind of say that with a grain of salt nowadays, just because of the last 8 years that we've had. I have no respect for that guy, and I know that's not good because you're supposed to respect your president, and the good book says, you know, respect your leader, respect your king, you know, pray for him, you know. And I'll admit I probably don't pray for him as much as I should. I can't stand him.
At $1 billion. $1 billion.
$1 billion.
I would put it down on black 666 and say Obama will be United Nations Secretary General.
He's already going after it.
I'm telling you, the most powerful man in the world. Once they get that really set up,
yeah, he'll try to run that one world government.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, he's the Antichrist." Trust me, people, he's not the Antichrist. He is a spirit of Antichrist, but he is not the Antichrist. The Antichrist, there are going to be so many people that love him. You know, a lot more that love than Obama could ever dream of. You know, he's going to be such a man of peace that people are going to be shocked that that's who it is. I mean, if it came out right now he was the Antichrist, would you be shocked? No. You'd be like, no, that game sucked from the beginning. Right. You know, no. The Antichrist is going to come, and he's going to fool so many people. You know, I started sniffing out Obama after the first couple of years. And granted, I'm a slow learner. You know, a lot of people had it before that. But I was for him, you know. When he first took office, I was actually in his corner, you know, hoping he would do what he said he would do. Oh, but he kind of did in the long run and said he was going to bring change. Well, it just wasn't the type of change that we really needed.
You voted for him, didn't you?
The first time, yeah. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, hey, woo! Kick myself in the butt for that vote every day. But you know what?
Did you vote for him the second time?
No. Like I said, after the first couple of years, we caught on to him real quick. I went in under the impression that who better to bring racial, not necessarily peace, but understanding and whatnot. A guy who is half black and half white.
So you're not
better relate to both sides.
So you're a fake redneck. You're not really racist. You voted for the guy.
Yeah, imagine that, right? You know, who better to bring a little bit more understanding between Christians and Muslims? You know, his mom was supposed to be a Christian or whatnot, and his grandparents were Christian, and his stepfather and father and whatnot were Muslim. Who better to bring that understanding and halfway bring a little bit of peace? But what's he done? He's created more division. And it's like he has come in and just...
Well, I don't know if you would call his mother Christian as much as she communist.
Right. Yeah. Come to find out, yeah, she's totally...
Right. And those guys were... Yeah.
You know, one good thing I think he's done is he's made people wake up and start doing a little bit more research and questioning a lot more on who's up there on the, you know, on the main stage.
They single-handedly, I think, have lost. It was something like 1,083 or 1,100 Democrat positions across the country in the last 8 years, all through the states and everything total. I mean, he's completely single-handedly destroyed that party, and he comes out and says, you know, If I was running this time, I would have won. I would have won. And dude's such a narcissist.
No, he's sickening. I mean, I can't even listen to his speeches anymore without literally wanting to throw a shoe at TV. You know, he's so full of lies and so full of, like you say, himself.
Yeah.
It's all about me and what I've done.
No, I don't even watch him.
No, I can't.
No. Well,
yeah, he's just schmuck.
Did you see that? I had always wondered. So we always see the map. Yeah. We always see the map that's like the country is completely red, right? And then there's little pieces.
You know what's sad? Yeah, if you look at that, obviously we're both on the top for who we voted for, not the bottom. But if you look at our cities, our respective cities that we live in, we're both underwater.
Oh yeah, right.
Because it's technically, I don't live in Kansas city limits. I'm in a suburb, but it's Kansas City.
Right.
You know. So, but it's because that's the Democratic strongholds. You know, major U.S. cities, for the most part, are Democrat.
So the bottom one right there basically are the places that she won.
Mm-hmm. Henceforth, the Electoral College, right there. Anybody who argues it, show them that map and be like, really? So you're saying these little islands need to tell this whole big continent what to do?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Freaking dumbasses.
Yeah.
Unbelievable dumbasses that don't get it. I'm not apologizing anymore for calling people dumbasses.
Take that word back.
What?
Dumbass.
Oh, I can say it now?
What was the one that you put as a comment the other day that man, I can't remember the word you used.
Oh. Astard.
Yeah, there you go. I got a giggle out of that one, man. I was like, wow. It's simple and to the point. I liked it.
Why do we only rest in peace? Why don't we live in peace too?
Right.
Just after we call a bunch of people astards, then we come out with that. Well, here's something that's kind of funny. This is when you know it's cold. When you put your wig under your hoodie.
Over your hood. Oh, wow.
That's when you know it's cold. Yeah, baby. All right. So this is, I'm not going to go into this, but just what a stupid ass comment. Not even thinking. Reince Priebus comes out. Merry Christmas to all. Why did I say millennia? Just say over 2,000 years ago. A new hope was born into the world, a savior who would offer the promise of salvation to all mankind. Just as the three wise men did on that night, this Christmas heralds a time to celebrate the good news of a new king. It's like, what? We hope Americans celebrating Christmas today will enjoy a day of festivities and renewed closeness with family and friends.
We don't have a king.
But Reince Priebus said this. Now everybody had to come out and go, whoa, wait a minute. He didn't mean that. It's like, did he mean that? Is he?
The United States doesn't have a king. That, and if you really wanted to say there's only one true king, which oh my goodness, yeah, that guy is so confused and needs to get his Twitter privileges taken away.
This is Trump's chief of staff. Yeah. I don't know. All right, we're almost done. Just a couple other things that I saw that I liked. The whole truth is often hidden from the view.
Don't believe me? Ask the Titanic.
Right. Look at that. I like that one. We're almost done. This is so true. Wins Nobel Peace Prize. Not a single day of peace during his entire presidency. Not one. Ever. And he promised to close Gitmo.
He is just a disgusting, vile individual. I don't know who I dislike more that turns my stomach, him or Hillary.
All right. So have you ever had the argument with your wife or anybody about toilet paper? Should it be facing frontwards or
Forward or backward? Nope.
Okay.
We've never had to have that.
Well, you'll never have to again either. Finally, an end to the over-under debate.
Well, you can also kind of argue with that, right side or left side.
Whatever.
Put it out, bro.
Got me thinking. All right.
Well, right side or left side?
Dude.
That ain't right.
After. All right, you're right. You're right. It's not his fault. It's not Bill's fault that he's that way. One day, I like this one. One day, someone is going to hug you so tight that all of your broken pieces stick back together. So getting back, I told you this is going to be random, totally flipping random show. I'm just putting shit up. You got anything to say about that, Bill? Okay, then. Glad we had this conversation.
That's encouraging.
That's a good one, right?
I'm waiting for the bottom to fall out, and you show a picture of.
Oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm being
a bear squeezing somebody and their head blowing out the top of their body or something.
I'm playing it great. All right, what about this one? Can't really read that. There it is. At the end of life, what really matters is not what we bought, but what we built. Not what we got, but what we shared. Not our competence, but our character. And not our success, but our significance. Live a life that matters. Live a life of love. And on that note, just kidding. I do have.
That's a good one.
That is
like
good.
that.
See, I'm coming back. I'm sharing
There
some
you go.
stuff. Last one, and then we're going to do show comments from last week. This might be the best one I've ever seen. Came off Chris Prano's page, and of course he stole it from somebody. Somebody always steals from somebody, and that's why you share. Forgiven. For unto us a son is given.
Exactly.
Did you see that on my page?
No, I did not pay attention. I'm sorry.
On Dawg2Dawg, so now we know what you're doing. You're not paying. Whatever.
No, you didn't. Did you really put that on there?
I don't know. I think so. Maybe.
I'm gonna have to go check it out.
It wouldn't have been today. It would have been like, I don't know. And the last one from last week, Robert Jensen. He actually posted that a day ago, so he saw the video after. Great show. Just discovered you guys and gal today. That was obviously after Heather
was on. Yeah.
And then Joe Brooks, my man, Joe Brooks. You need to mix it up. I imagine you guys who mostly agree on most topics need a sinner. I love my boy Joe. Yeah, baby. You can have Joe on. Real good, man. That's it. Unless you got anything else. Of course, we want to finish. We want to finish with a scripture. You know the scripture I like, but you
as iron sharpens iron, friends sharpen friends.
But we don't know what the concept or what the verse is and all that, do we?
No, we do not.
Do you have any parting words, a parting verse, parting anything?
Not so much tonight. Just hope everybody had a a good Christmas and really remember the reason for the season. Take time. We are a Christian show and we believe in Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior. So if you don't believe in that or you don't like that, you probably should not watch our show.
Whoa.
If you don't like conservative values, you should probably not watch our show.
Yes, you should, because you want to get educated. Don't listen to this man.
Okay. If you voted for Hillary, we don't want you watching our show.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We want you to click. We're gonna do a bunch of clickbait stuff, and then you're gonna click and go, "Oh man, they got me!" Freaking conservatives.
And once again, send all direct hate mail to Jim, courtesy of Dawg2Dawg.
I'll take it. Yeah, baby. We want them all. We want them all.
Bring it on.
The only way you're gonna convert people. I mean, you can't convert people who already believe what you believe. You just preach, singing to the choir.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to a whole bunch of people who are in the rubber rooms, bouncing off walls and wearing straight jackets and stuff. So I can laugh at them.
I'm pretty sure we're already here, brother.
Exactly. All right. So that's the show. Yeah, seriously, you got a Bible verse you want to pull out?
Oh, let me see. I think I put on a pretty good one last night. Give me 2 seconds. Let me pull it up.
You post one every single night before you go to bed, don't you?
Yep. For the most part. Okay, so tonight's verse, let's do Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans of good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. So don't fret. The Lord has this in his hands, and he's got it worked out so that if you listen to him and you follow his path, everything's going to work out great.
Amen. I'm it. Yeah. No, I'm futching with you, man. I'm teasing. Anyways, so we Dawg2Dawged it. I've been on codeine and whatever else is in that cough medicine since yesterday at 6 a.m. I've taken more than I should have. And I'm gonna go take some more in a few minutes.
Doctors act like they know what you need. No, and you just need to self-medicate. You know what you need.
I took the liquid codeine with GG crap or whatever, and then I, before we got on, I grabbed a coffee and I poured the crap in it. What do you call it? The Baileys and the amaretto and coffee, and I filled up on root beer, and I filled up on licorice. No wonder I feel like crap.
So you're on painkillers and sugar high. So
Yeah.
here in about 45 minutes, I'll be sure to give you a little FaceTime, face to face. If you're feeling, you're like, sugar's gone, feel like crap, I'm going to bed.
Dude, I went to bed at like 6 o'clock last night, 5:30, 6 o'clock. I put my headphones on, and then I just put my headphones on, laid in bed, listened to my music, and fell asleep.
Your George Michael tribute.
Yeah. All right. So on that note, I think we'll let George take us out. Good night, George. We'll see you in one of those places. Good night, everybody.
Christmas.